Hello to everyone tuning in. We are going to do as many mail openings today as I can because the list is getting long and I have a few I'd like to get out of the box first. So you see I've got my, I'll show you a little bit of my setup. I've got my 600 times microscope, so if we want to authenticate cards or look at any specific details for inking or whatever, that's available there. And otherwise, most of the time, I'm going to just go with my loop. And if I want to show it to you guys, I'll go up on there. And you can look at anything I spot in the condition with the loop. And yeah, so let's open up some mail. This one's from Robert Crothers. And I've ordered from Robert a number of times. He's a great guy to do business with, if you know him. Let's look at what we were getting from him. Okay, it's what you like to see. So the cards have come well protected. He's bothered to put a cardboard around it as well, which I find is a good idea. It protects the cards from punctures in transit that sometimes can get right through a top loader. At least I've seen it happen. It's not happened to me, but I've seen it happen to others. So, okay. It says enjoy. All right, will do. Okay. Now I knew this was, it's a long time ago, it's a couple of months ago I made this order, but I knew it's going to basically be a bunch of MH2 lands. And looks like a secret layer one as well. That's all right. Let's get these out. Just gonna pull them all out so we can see them all at once. Okay. Okay, so fetch lands, that's an interesting topic. A lot of people have been buying them recently. I'm one of those. We got a Misty Rainforest, an Arid Mesa from MH2, a few more in here. Got a extended art Arid Mesa and a regular art Verdant Catacombs. And over here, some other stuff. And a couple of marsh flats. So as regards to fetch lands, I'm building play sets of them right now while they're not expensive. They're kind of at the lowest I've ever seen them. And that can't go on forever. So those are cards I'll probably hold for a couple of years and I'll put back into the market or use them as trade value to something towards something else that I want to invest in or buy or put into a deck. So that's why I have fetch lands, and you know, thank you MH2 for making those so affordable. Okay, this one here is from James Jones. Aha! Only one card from James Jones. We have a Gilded Drake. I think it's supposed to be either a near mint or an LP Gilded Drake. It's so this card, Gilded Drake. It's a very strong card. It's a very playable card. It's also Urza Saga, so it's getting on. It's about 20 years old, this card, so not so many of them in near mint condition. I try to go after the near mint condition ones. Preferentially. So let's look at that. How does it look on camera? I would say this is probably an LP, a very, very nice LP card. So that's the Gilded Drake. As I see a couple of tiny defects on it that are going to make it not near mint. But otherwise, a very nice card. So LP is good. LP Plus is very good. It's a card that could go into someone's deck who wants a good looking card in the deck. It could also go into someone's collection who wants to finish off their Urza Saga collection. Put that back for now. And I don't need to verify. Now I could have verified it if you guys want to see what that looks like. It feels real to me. Like, I've never held a fake card and thought, oh, I wonder if this is real. Like, as soon as you touch a fake card, it's like, it doesn't feel correct. It just doesn't. But I'll take the green dot test. That's probably the most useful one. We'll just put it right here. So, let me adjust the screen a bit, put it up there, and I'll turn this screen over. Turn it to the orientation most people are familiar with. So what would we look for in the green dot? The most important thing you can tell right away at this magnification is everything is offset printing. The black is printed in dots, the oranges, the reds, the yellows, they're all printed in dots, and they're all printed at different angles to each other, and that angle is consistent. So it's not printed on an inkjet. There's all these layers of dots, semi-opaque dots, that layer on top of each other. And so you can see that that's the printing process. So right away you know it's been done with the correct printing process. As for the pattern of the dots and the way that the plates particularly overline, some telling features are you can see little red dots inside the yellow here in a specific way. That's often there, but sometimes not present, so I wouldn't look for them every time. But here on the green dot, you can see right there a flat section and another flat section. And then right up here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 little dots that stick out like little mountains. And that's the quickest, easiest way I know to tell. I'll try to come down so you can see it better. So you see it's right here. It's flat on this side, very, very flat. You have another flat side, and then you have these 4 little dots. And the printing of the black ink is completely solid there. But you can see how the other black dots are somewhat opaque and the colors come through them. And right now the orientation of the card that we're looking at it in is horizontal compared to the microscope that's looking at it. So keep that in mind. So usually this flat section is towards the bottom of the card. This flat section here is towards the back right of the card, and the 4 dots are on the left back side of the card. It's a quick way to identify. It works on all printings, all Magic the Gathering printings. That's why I like that method. The only thing I won't detect for is rebacks, because a reback, which is another interesting topic to get into one day, will be like a collector's edition card or an international collector's edition card that has been shaved, so it's been separated from its back, and the art part has been put onto what would be a beta back or an alpha, and you call those an alpha or a beta reback. And so the card on the back is going to pass because it is a real back, and it's just that they've changed the front, so it won't work on detecting that type of a fake or a problem, but it works pretty much everywhere else. Okay, so this is from Japan. It's from my buddy Andrew Webb. He's a great guy also to do deals with. Really knows his cards. He does good packaging. It's epic packaging. 3 different envelopes to protect the cards. And you see how he's put the cards facing in dark. I prefer that, just so if anybody was trying to look or scan them, you wouldn't see the art immediately. Maybe it's not important, but sometimes when that's like just one card in a regular envelope or a bubble mailer, you wouldn't want someone holding it up to the light and seeing into it. Okay, cool. So let's see what we got here. I'm expecting some foreign black border cards in here and maybe a Gaia's Cradle. Oh, Sliver Queen. Okay, let's show you what I got in here. So first card to see is very near mint copy of Sliver Queen, super condition. And then also a German black border Savannah Lions. I like the black border cards. We all know it's a vanilla card. There's nothing in the text box you need to know to read. But I think the art, the printing, or the colors come through a lot, very, very well in the foreign black borders. And here's a couple of mana bolts. There's a German one and a Japanese one. The Japanese is LP. The German one is very close to near mint, if it's not near mint. I say the Japanese one's like a very nice LP. So that's them. I like these cards in the foreign text. I just like the way the art comes through with the right contrast and color. Wow, so we got through those. Let's see if there's anything else I could do for this one more piece of mail we'll open today. What's left? What's left that could be interesting? So many in here. That one's way too thick. Okay, let's try to go for a light one. Okay, I know what this is. This is probably from, yeah. So this is from Rob Hackney, a friend of mine and a fellow Canadian. And I think I bought in here, I've got an HP Badlands from him. I think that's what's going to be in here, revised HP Badlands. So, like a lot of the cards I'm buying here are in near mint or such. But as for dual lands, I find that, you know, HP cards, people usually want their dual lands either as minty as possible or almost as trashed as possible so that they can buy the most of them if they're playing them in decks. I'm not sure how Rob's done this stuff, so we're going to have to just cut this whole thing apart. Can't seem to get anything out of this package. Okay, it's a package in a package. That's why. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Mail in the mail. Sticky tape. It was a real valiant battle that sticky tape put up, but I got through it eventually. Oh, still a little more. Spoke too soon. So this is a very sticky top loader. I'll tell you right now. Leaves lots of residue behind, that sticky tape does. Okay. In here, what do we have? Oh wow, that's not even that bad. Okay, so we have a revised Badlands. Its borders are actually fantastic. The borders are really good for the age of the card. You know, it's like kind of like maybe a LP, maybe some people would say MP. Now it's got a dent over here, and it's got a crease in here, heavy crease. It's cracked the color, and the card itself is not flat, and that's great because I repair cards, and I'm gonna show you maybe in another video later what we can do with this Badlands and how much repair we can do to it without altering the card. All right, so that's it for this video. Happy to have gotten all these cards in the collection. The Badlands gives me something to work on. And here, again, you can look, this is a different, from a different set altogether, but the dots are still there the same way. The black dots are going like in this direction, the yellow dots are going in this direction, the orange dots are going that way. You'll see there's a flat side again, and a 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. Even the fifth dot's kind of visible sticking out at the top there. Okay, so that's a mail opening for today. There's a whole bunch more to go through in future videos. Feel free to ask any questions you might have in the comments. I will read them all and answer them as best I possibly can. Thanks for watching.